What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. Fred here. Thanks for joining me. If you're new to the channel, I do a lot of car and motorcycle content and really just stuff about being an enthusiast. Everything from track day stuff for the bike to fun drives and car meets in the car. This year's obviously a little different with everything going on with the virus, but I'm doing everything I can to get out and socially distance myself behind the wheel or behind the handlebars. So please follow me, subscribe to the channel if you're interested, and on to today's video. Alright, so today's video, we're doing a Sunday drive. Incidentally, it's a Thursday, but we are doing a route from Nashua to Brattleboro, Vermont. It's a route that I started doing with some friends on motorcycles back probably about 10 years ago when I first moved to the Boston area. I had a bike and I didn't have a lot of money and I didn't really know what else to do. So I said, hey, I'm going to start exploring everything. And so me and a couple buddies, we would get together and just ride different roads. We'd look at a map and find whatever's off in the countryside and looks like fun. And so we ended up doing this route a couple times, and then it became kind of a staple that we would do 2 or 3 times a season. And it's a lot of fun. It's a country drive. It's out through kind of the middle wilds of New Hampshire. It's on the southern side of the state, just kind of in and out of the border. In fact, for the early part of the drive, you actually cut down into Pepperell, Mass, and then come back up. So there are a bunch of really good roads that you cross as you go along. So I'm going to try to film some of the good stuff, some of the highlights, if you will, as we go along. So come with me and let's go have some fun. All right, so this drive, it's got a lot of meaning for me because it's something that I used to do all the time for fun. On a motorcycle, I actually kind of never really envisioned doing it in a car. It's cutting pretty much due west, skirting in and out of the Mass-New Hampshire border. And you end up in Brattleboro, which is a great town, a lot of good restaurants, and there's a lot of fun country roads along the way. The first one here is Townsend, I think it's a little state forest or a state park, and it's just awesome. It's not fast or anything, but it's just this beautiful, beautiful little stretch through the forest here. You can see you kind of get away from all the businesses, and you've got stones on one side, you got a river or a stream on the other. And it's just for a short little stretch, but it's a great little spot. Nice park off here to the right where you can stop and probably do some fishing or have a picnic. A couple spots like that along here. Look at this. I mean, this is pretty wonderful. It's not a fast stretch of road, but it's a great cruising road, and it's just a nice spot. In the middle of summer, this is actually a little bit cooler because the forest comes right in by the road, and so it's a nice little breath of fresh air if you're on a bike and you don't have air conditioning. It's not a bad spot to get a few minutes at least of being a little cooler. Definitely has like a little bit of a vibe of some of the White Mountain stuff. So we're going to turn on to 119 West and continue our route over towards Brattleboro. Some pretty fresh pavement. That's not bad. Very smooth. A Look at this. I mean, you got forest on both sides. I think there's a stream or something down over to the left here, but I can't really see. Now, to me, this type of a road is really what kind of backcountry, so to speak, driving in New Hampshire and Vermont is all about. It's these kind of country byways. You're not around towns, you're not around people, but it's just scenic countryside. You've got hills, you've got streams, you've got lots of forest and fields, and just a true pleasure to drive through. Very relaxing. All right, we're turning onto a section of one of the more windy stretches of road on 119, and it's always a lot of fun to come over here. One of the things I like about this route is that you end up with a mix of kind of the cruising, and then you get some of the really good, like, kind of twisty country roads, and it just gives you a bit of variety. So it's a lot of fun. It's not super fast paced. It's definitely, you know, safe speeds, but it's still a lot of fun. I mean, look at this road ahead of me, all the curves and stuff. So I'm gonna enjoy it. Sound of this thing when it downshifts. I'll tell you, the Corvette really is a great, I know it's a good track car, but it's also a pretty good Grand Tourer. It's comfortable, and it sounds awesome when it's kind of slinking around all these backcountry roads. It's really kind of the perfect car for it. Plus, you got that torque that's, you know, everywhere in the rev range. So you really can enjoy it. Accelerate out through the corners and really just kind of take advantage of all that tractable power. And I gotta say, I mean, could the scenery get much better for New England? I mean, this is forests and water and hills. I mean, it's pretty great. Oh, yeah. A lot of the parts of this route are interspersed with these type of windy roads that you have a straight stretch for a couple miles, and then you'll have a couple really good turns, and then another straight stretch, and it makes the drive a lot more interesting because it's not all the same thing. There's a lot of variety, and especially as you get a little closer to Brattleboro, there's a little more of that. And then once you cross over, there's a lot of great roads in that area too. But this is a great route. One of the other benefits of both doing the Sunday Drive, you know, kind of series on my channel, but also just in general doing these types of drives, is you get to know the area really well. A couple towns back, we went through a town, and last summer my wife and I went to a wedding that was in that town, and we went a different way to get there. But when we were close to the venue, all of a sudden I started recognizing buildings and roads, and I was like, wait a second, how have I ever been here? Because we'd gone a completely different route, and it turns out we ended up on a road I had already been on many times previously from this actual drive, And that was pretty cool because you never really feel lost if you've explored all the roads or a lot of the roads. So that was kind of cool. And I would encourage you, no matter where you live, whether it's New England, out west, overseas, wherever, is go and do some exploring. If you're a car or a bike person and you really enjoy riding or driving, like, go out and explore, because you'll find all the hidden gems, like this road. Look at this. I've gone by like 3 cars. I'm out in the countryside. I mean, there's a little bit of rain, so I'm glad I'm in the car, but I mean, this is fantastic. Oh, and you get that crackling V8. That's not too bad, huh? Gold Lions. Oh, man. You get a little moment where you can do a little blip. Man, that's fun. Now we'll see when we get to Brattleboro. There was a Thai restaurant that actually used to be like a reason for me to drive there. I think it closed like a year or 2 ago. I don't remember the name of it. It might have been the only Thai restaurant in town. I'm a huge fan of Thai food. And I actually, more than once, where I had a day where I didn't have much going on and my wife was busy, was like, I really want good Thai food. I'm driving to Brattleboro. And I literally would take this route, drive the 2 hours, 15 minutes, get out there, eat lunch, and then drive all the way back just for that Thai food. Now, I think it went out of business. I'll check when I go by. If it's still open, I will put the information in the link for this video. One of the cool things about this area is all the covered bridges. And here's one of them. Here I go across it just so you can see. Pretty cool. What a neat spot. I think it's pretty common for people to do this and then go back because they built a little rotary just for that. Whoa. It gives you a pretty good echo of the sound of the car too. Onward. So we're about 10, maybe 12 miles outside of Brattleboro right now, and really I think it's the most scenic stretch of the drive. The last several miles you're basically following the water. There's a river that goes along the side, and there's a bunch of little parks, a couple little small towns, and I mean, you can see from, hopefully the PDR is picking this up, it's absolutely beautiful. This is really my favorite part of the drive. It's not fast, it's like 30, 35 for most of it, but just to like see all this and to be able to be right next to it is pretty cool. Fish and Game apparently rides a KTM dirt bike. I like it. So Pisgah State Park, which I just went by on the right, it's a ATV and dirt bike and off-road bike trail system park. They've got a big spot to park. There's all sorts of trails there. I've never done it, but it looks like a lot of fun. And I don't have a dirt bike or an ATV at the moment, but it would be definitely a spot to check out. I'll include it on the GPS directions in the description of the video. I love how hilly and winding this road is. We are entering the town of Hinsdale, which is one of the last towns before you cross over, I think it's the Connecticut River into Vermont, into Brattleboro. Look at this, you've got the park right next to the water. What a nice spot. All right, so I'm in the Hinsdale River Park. I'm just over the bridge from Brattleboro. It's probably like 2 or 3 more miles. But this is a little bit more of a scenic spot, and so I figured I'd end the video here. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel and you liked this video, go and check out some of the other Sunday drives I've done. I'm working my way kind of around New England near where I live, and then kind of working further and further out to find all the great driving roads and do a video about them. Each video includes the GPS coordinates and route, as well as if there's anything notable along the way, like restaurants or things to see, I try to include those as well. Throw a like my way if you get a chance, and thanks for watching. Fred out.